Hello guys, this is Pokeland Legend Tips. Before we move into the real deal, please subscribe to the channel, drop us a like. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment or join us in Facebook. So today we're gonna explain how VB guys work. Not only that, we're gonna show you some tricks as well, some known tricks that people know about in mid game that you can use in mid game or end game. So the first thing is we'll talk about the platform. So this is the platform of World Boss. You can literally just go here. It will show that there is a layer hunt, and you can either go here as well. You can say that there is a World Boss. You can just join, and depend for the time you can just basically check our other videos about game time, and you can know what is the right time to join World Boss. So this is the platform. You can see here there is ranking here, everybody's damage, and you can see your ranking. So the first guy here will get a number of shards. I think it's 10 shards for Guzzlord, and some Mega Stones as well. And for the second, he will get less, and so on and so on and so on. So basically what we're trying to do here is that all players in the server will try to beat this Pokemon in a certain amount of time, and servers fight with each others. So the first server will get a bonus points, and so on. The second will get less, and so on. So there is I think 6 servers that fight each other in each World Boss each day. So this is a nice way to get Mega Stones, guys. So now let's talk about the cheering. You can see here that there is cheering. You can either cheer by, it's called Inspire now, it was cheer a long time ago. So you can just click for 10 days and you will get increase of attack. I think we will show you how much is the maximum attack that you can have in a while. Also after the cumulative attacks, you can have like in the fourth round you will get, for example, 20%. In the 5th round you will get more. In the 6th round you will get more, and it until the end, and until some rounds, and it will max out, I think, either to 200% or 100%. I don't really recall, but I'm just gonna show you today. So of course you need to select teams. For that you can either go on auto here, or if you remove auto and you go on manual, you will see the fight with the World Boss and it will not automatically skip. So if you just click on auto, it will automatically skip after 5 seconds. Then that's actually much better than to watch the fight, because you might forget, and there is only like 1 minute each fight, or even less, I think 50 seconds, something like that. So you have to make sure that you are on auto, because manual is not really helpful in here unless you want to see how your team does. Okay, so let's talk about the teams as well. After this fight, you can, or before that, you can skip the waiting time by just clicking 50 diamonds, and it will skip the waiting time. But we recommend that you do that at the end when the percentage of the attack is much higher. So 150 diamonds will actually benefit you much more than if you do it in the start. Okay, now let's talk about the possible teams that you can actually use in World Boss to be able to do good damage. Of course, there is the classic electrics and water. You need Arceus in there. So why? Because his special attack song actually stacks, so he does more damage. Of course, with the correct plate, you need him with Coco or with Kyogre, and the third spot is basically left to either Celebi or Axelogor, and with that topic we're gonna come to it in a few seconds. But before that, we're just gonna go inside the World Boss, and we will show you the speed of the World Boss, because that's something important that you need to know. Okay, 5 more seconds to go. Okay, let's just go on manual this time, so we'll take a little bit more time. Okay, so right now you see that we are using Axelogor. The speed of Axelogor is around 14k now, 11k. The speed of the boss is 1372. The speed of the boss actually change each time, each week. It can varies, and you can see right now that our World Boss is actually trying to poison us, and you can see the health bar of all Pokemons are reducing. But you can also see that there is debuffs here. You see that this is the green debuff is actually Axelogor debuff. He actually tries to reduce the damage of of the boss as much as possible. So that's why we actually use him, because he actually remove most of the damage of the boss, and your team stays alive until then. You could actually give him either quick claw, or you could give him as well leftovers. And you can give him, if you have enough resources, you can build him up, because you could see now that he will lose HP each round, because you have no support in your Pokemon that removes poison. If you want, you can add Celebi there. If you don't have a good team so far, you can add Arceus, Celebi, and Axelagor. So we're just gonna try that instead of Coco. You will see that our damage will still be okay. It will, if not better. We can just gonna increase. Oh no! Oh, a mistake there. Where is Coco? Here is Coco. Then we're just gonna go and fix Axelagor. Coco, yes. Okay, now we go back to the fights, and now you're gonna say that that Axelagor is actually regaining health each turn, which is much better. So he will give you much more time to actually debuff the monster. And it's really nice if you have some good ISO on him, like Brave now, which is called High, or if you have on him, you see we have done a little bit more damage than the last time, but that's pretty normal since Celebi provides a better support than Coco, but Coco provides a little bit more damage. So it really is a trade-off that you want. If your Axelagor is not ready yet, you can use Celebi with it. So after a while, you can either add some new skills like let me just show you. You can add Synthesis for health. You can add Absorb as well. No, actually Absorb won't do some more. You can add Force of Life, and you can add Healing, and you can add Synthesis. So these will help out. You could also change this to where is leftover. Should be around here. You can just use it with leftover and use Coco instead. So we will go in fast and use Coco instead, because with this Axelagor will gain health and Coco will do more damage. So Celebi will be just useless this time. You could see now that there was a bait drop there, so there is a nice drop. Let's just use Coco this time. There is another trick that you need to know about it, guys, and we're gonna include it at the end about Celebi, because it's all about speed now, and we're just gonna show it to you later in this video, so stay tuned. So now we will go on manual, and you will basically now, this is why we actually use Axelagor, because of the struggle bug. He reduced 70% of the damage of the boss for 3 rounds. So if he can hit twice before the boss hits, then you get 0 damage. So the only thing that actually kills you is not the boss, but it's more of the poison. So if you can remove the poison, then you're supposed to do hell a lot of damage. Okay, I forgot to remove auto. But anyways, now you will see that Axelagor will have more health, since he will not lose health, since he will get more. But that's a trade-off on his speed. So if you have decent speed, then you might want to give him a leftover instead. Another thing is you should know about is what's the recommended speed when using Axelagor in your team. The recommended speed is actually the more speed the better with Axelagor. It doesn't really matter. So that's why we really like him, because when you are in end game, it's really hard to keep track of your team. So it's really nice if you can just give him more speed. If you can just use Axelagor and have more speed. But Celebi is another topic. When you use Celebi, you have to, we're just gonna show you by error, that's much better. We're just gonna use Celebi instead this time, and we're just gonna again go on manual, but this time we're gonna explain what's the trick that people use in mid game to actually have huge damage for Celebi. By the way, guys, you always need to use the healing badge. Never use any other badges, because the healing badge gives health to your Pokemon and remove the poison. So right now we can see that Celebi speed is 10k, And the trick is that actually why we use Celebi in World Boss, because he provides shields. So right now, if the boss, you can see that he gives shield right now, but the shields get removed because of the poison. So you need to actually time your shields with the boss Fury, which is really hard to get. But in the mid game, since your Celebi will not be having a lot of speed, you will be having around 4,000, 3,000. So that's a good number in terms of speed for Celebi to get the sweet spot. We call it the sweet spot, and that sweet spot is basically 3 times, 4 times the speed of the boss in game, which means in the battle. You need to have 3 times, 4 times, and that's around 3k, 4k for Celebi. And at that moment, you will see that you have a lot of damage, because basically Celebi matches. You see that we did not do a lot of damage now because Celebi shield does not match the boss's speed. So the boss's speed, the higher is your Celebi speed, the more difficult you will have to use him in World Boss. In Master Riot, that's a different story, but in World Boss, that's really difficult. So we're just gonna go back to Axelago because he's actually much better in my case. And we're just gonna give him our best set so he can perform much better. So the trick in mid game is to match your speed to the boss's speed. You can check the boss's speed each week by the way we show you. You just click on you go into battle and you click on the boss, and that will give you the boss speed. Then you can just multiply it by 3-4 times and do it once in a week at the start, so the boss will get refreshed each Sunday after at night. Then that means Monday morning you will have a new boss with a new speed, maybe stay the same. So that way you can just check the boss speed, try to get 3 times, 4 times Celebi speed, and then you will do just amazing damage. You could see actually this is why this is true, is because the guys that I'm talking about here, you're just gonna see it in a while. These people, the third guys, he has a Celebi which is around that. It's he has a Celebi which is around the sweet spot. That's why he gets a good damage, even though he doesn't have a good team yet. He has a 2 million team. So we really recommend you to think about that. If you in mid game use Celebi, if you have 3k 4k speed, then after that you need to build your Axelago, and Axelago will just do fine with more speed. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, yeah, we're just gonna show you the cheering. Here you go. You just cheer. 10 diamonds cost you 10%. Then you can cheer again. 20 diamonds, it will cost you 20%, and so on. 30 diamonds, it will cost you 30%. So that stacks until it's 100%. So that's the maximum you can get. And we have just seen now that we have 15 waves basically, and the attack is 75%. And if you want to skip, this is the right time to skip is basically at the end of the world boss, because at the end of the world boss you can just wait till there is more percentage here. Then you can just spend 50 diamonds and you will have more damage for that 50% than whatever you will have in the start of the game, which is pretty normal. And another thing is you should watch your damage if you're doing this on manual. I mean, like if you are next to your phone, if you're not doing this on auto and leaving your phone and going away, then you should watch your damage, how much damage you do. So for example, right now we have 112 here, right? So after this, I'm just gonna watch how much I'm doing at the end of the like when the boss is like at 10% of his HP. So I'm just gonna watch how much damage I do. So right now we were at 121. Now we are 125, which means we are doing four. So how much is that? That's 3 here, which is a million here. So we are doing 4 billion. Almost, no, yeah, 4, is it 4 billion, 100 million, this is 1 billion, and actually 400 billion. So we are doing 400 billion damage to the boss, which means when I want to have the last streak, the last attack on the boss and kill him, I need to match my damage to the health bar. So at the end, you just of course, because if you get the last hit, you will get 100 diamonds, and you also get more shards. Every day, that's nice. That's 100 diamonds every day, and more shards, like I think 5 or something. Yeah, 5 shards for Gazlo. So, and it's really easy to get. It's not difficult. You just have to go, for example, just click next attack. You just don't go. You just wait here, and you watch the world boss HP. When it's below, when it's almost below, when it's near like double or 1.5 your attack, your damage that you can do per turn, then just go in, and you will have the last streak. I actually want to show you that, guys, but this video is going to be just too long for you, and you probably won't watch it till the end. So I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have questions about Celebi's speed or Axel Go or how to build them, you can just contact us in Facebook, and we will gladly help you. Actually, we're just gonna wait a little bit for the boss damage. I think we are actually quite near. It's not that far. Yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. Okay, see you guys.